Alright, so a quick update video. We are doing a math project right now, so I haven't uploaded recently. Little math project here, showing you I've done some work at least. I've learned how to LaTeX for the most part. We're doing stuff on Artin rings, discrete valuation rings, Dedekind domain, fractional ideals, a whole shebang on rings and modules. Project's about 10 to 12 pages long. Professor said, this course isn't technically an undergraduate course, but also possible for master students to take it. But for master students, we have to do this extra project in order to make it a master's level course, and so we just have to look at 2 chapters. Professor tells us, just show me you understand the chapters. So like, what does that really mean? So my plan, just do pretty much the exercises from the textbook, because if you can do the exercise in the textbook, you can't really argue that you didn't understand a chapter. I don't want to like faff around with some this is one of the theorems and this is the proof in my words. It just doesn't seem to make much sense. I don't know. And another update, I'm thinking of selling a deadlift program, or a posterior chain focused program. In judo, you often get pulled down. You get your head pulled down a lot, and one of the best ways to get around that is just strengthen your posterior chain. It's something I've worked a lot on, and it's something I quite think is very important for judo and pretty much for everything. And so this program, I'm thinking is a 4-week intensification phase, or a 4-week cycle, with which can then be repeated to make it into an 8-week cycle if you really wanted to. I'm also thinking of throwing in sort of an optional 2-week volume phase before that, in case you haven't been going to the gym for a while or something, and you want to be able to, because you don't want to just jump into heavy weights immediately. You want to be able to ease your body into it, build up some more capacity so that your body's able to handle the heavy weights and recover properly. And then probably throw in a 1-week sort of deload into a max attempt, which just as a little test of the deadlift to see whether you improved or not. Probably the program's going to be based in RPE, or rate of perceived exertion. Makes things a little more self-regulation based. But let me know in the comments if this is something people might be interested in. I'm thinking, price-wise, probably maybe 10 to 15 pounds, since it'll be my first program I've ever written to sell. It's just something I'd think to make a little bit of money. And probably try and sell on my TikTok too. TikTok, I've recently hit 7,000 followers. Pretty cool. And now onto the topic of the actual video. The IJF calendar has been released to the federations. I don't think they've put it on their website. The EJU have put one of the competitions on their website, other than the Masters. The Masters we knew about for a while now. I'm not going to the Masters. I'm not ranked top 36. And even if I was, I would not be ready for that competition. So, there's a bunch of European Opens. I was thinking of going to Bulgaria to January 30th to 31st, but Bulgaria recently imposed a travel ban on the UK. I am a Bulgarian citizen, but I would still need to quarantine for 10 days, so that makes this competition much harder to do. Things can, maybe they'll revoke the travel ban, but it's hard to plan for something which you can't currently do. So, first competition back might be Israel, Tel Aviv. I imagine the IJF really wants to hold these Grand Slams in order to make the Olympics seem more of a reality. I'd have to find out a way to do some judo before a Grand Slam. I do not think it's a good idea to show up to a Grand Slam without having done any judo. You don't want to show up and try and remember how to do judo in the warm-up area. Probably not the best idea I've ever come up with, but we'll see what we can do. And I might try and do one of these European Opens, the one in Prague. But again, we just have to see how things go. It's hard to tell. There's a lot of time for things to get better. There's a lot of time for things to get a lot worse. So we never know. All these new variants and stuff. I'm not a scientist. I don't know I can't predict this stuff. But 2 competitions I definitely want to go to. I've just got the calendar up here if you wondering why I'm looking to the side. So we got the Pan Am Championships, 16th to 18th of April. That's something I do want to go to. I'm lined up to be selected for that one. I would really want to go to that one because it'd be my first Pan American Championships. Hopefully things are I'm somewhat able to train by then if vaccines have, come out and are effective. The Paris Grand Slam, that's another one I would really want to do, very close to me, just across the pond. Or the 10, whatever. It's across something. It's across some body of water, but it takes about 2 hours to get there for me. And then the World Championships I'm also lined up 8th to 12th of June. That would be my first World Championship, so potentially this year could be a very, very good year for me with my first Pan Am Championships for seniors and then my first World Championships for seniors. So that would be pretty fun. Problem is, I need to find places to train for those. But, well, who knows? We'll see how things go. But that's pretty much my little update video. My training's been going pretty good. I goofed my knee a little bit again, same thing as I had a few months ago, just a little bit of quad tendonitis. It's cleared up after just resting it for a little bit, not doing any full depth squats for a bit, just let the tendon rest a bit. But, like the video if you liked the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and leave a comment. What do you think these competitions are going to happen? Do you think the Olympics is going to happen? What's happening in the world? How are you doing? And also, again, let me know about the programs. I'm interested to see whether people would be interested in that. And, of course, I'll just see you in the next video.